Hi guys, I'm Satomi. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be how to help your kids be organized. So I'm a mom of a 14-year-old son, and to help him stay on top of his homework, schoolwork, chores, taekwondo schedule when he's going, I've created a system for him to follow that is incredibly simple and that just has two things: his daily routines, his morning and evening routine, and his weekly chore chart, which I'm gonna share with you right now. So the first thing I wanna say is when creating a schedule for your child, the most important thing is that you keep it simple. Simple is everything for a child. They need to be able to look at something, not get confused, know exactly what it says, know exactly what they're supposed to do in order for them to be able to do it. So this is my super simple system that I've created for my son, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I've done. So this plastic sheet protector has two things in it. First thing is his chore chart and his routines. And on the back, he has his taekwondo schedule. But right now, he's not in taekwondo, again, because of quarantine. So we won't look at that right now. But basically, I'll just kind of go over what this is, just to break it down. This is a weekly sheet pad that I purchased off of Amazon. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you that right now because these are everything. I don't know if you guys use these, but it's just a notepad that has the days of the week and a to-do list, and it's just a whole bunch of them. And what I like about it is it doesn't have the dates. So it's not like you have to stick to a calendar and waste paper if you don't use those dates. No, you could go ahead and write the dates that you want on there if you want to do that. But I have this one, and I also have this one. Amazon has different notepads that have just weeks on them, the days of the week, and then like a to-do list, which is super easy to write out your weekly schedule for yourself. But this is for my son, and so I don't rewrite it over and over. This is what we use. This is it. So on the left where it says to-do list, what I've done is I wrote daily, nightly, and wake up and bedtime. So under the daily routine, these are the things that he's responsible for doing every single day. He has to make his bed, clean his room, he has to do his schoolwork and read for 30 minutes. And then in the evening, he has a nightly routine, which is pick up Lucky's toys. Lucky is our dog. And if you're a dog owner, you know that their toys could go everywhere. And he also has to clean the loft, which is the living room right in front of his bedroom. And then we also write down his the time he has to wake up every morning and the time he has to go to bed. So this was actually written in the summer. It's now the school year, so the time's different. But every morning during the summer, he had to wake up at 9, and every night during the summer, he had to go to bed at 10. Now, because of the school year, he knows that that is now 7:30 that he has to wake up, and he still has to go to bed at 10. So I didn't feel like we needed to change that. So on this side, it is his weekly chore chart. So on Mondays, he has to take out the trash. On Tuesdays, he has to take out Lucky's trash. He doesn't have anything on Wednesday. On Thursday, he has to vacuum the stairs. On Fridays, he has to take off his bed sheets, wash them, and then replace his bed sheets with clean ones, fold the ones that he washed and put them away. So we just write bed sheets. Saturday, he doesn't have any chores. Sunday, he has to do his laundry, and he does his own laundry. So the thing that I have here for my son is a daily and nightly routine. It's just a few things that he's responsible for doing every single day and every single night. And then during the week, he could look at whatever day it is and say, oh, today is Thursday. Okay, today I have to vacuum the stairs and I have to do everything here. What I like about this is that because the days of the week are already here and you just put whatever chore is he's responsible for it that day, it makes it very easy for him to just go and look at the day. He doesn't have to remember everything that he has to do this chore on that day. He doesn't have to read the whole page. He just has to look at what day it is and then look at his daily routine. These he has to do every single day. This is his weekly chore chart. So that keeps it simple enough for him to be able to look in one place and see what he has to do. Now, what I do is I hang that protective sheet cover with his schedule and with his chores and routines on his wall right by his bedroom door. So all he has to do is take a look there. He has to look at it before he goes to bed. He has to look at it in the morning to remind himself of what he needs to do. But it's somewhere easily accessible to him. He sees it every day as he walks in and as he walks out of his bedroom. So as a 14-year-old, his chores are appropriate to his age. So something that I would recommend is, when you create a chore chart, make sure that the chores are age appropriate. For example, maybe if you're 2 to 3 years old, if you're a toddler, your chore could be to help mommy pick up all of the toys and put them back in the toy box. If you're 5 to 6, maybe the chore could be you could pick up your toys and put them in your toy box by yourself. If you're 7 to 9, maybe your chore could be to help unload the dishwasher. And if you're 10, maybe your chore could be you have to make your bed and you have to clean your room. So those are just examples, but it's not going to be perfect. Like a 10-year-old making their bed and cleaning their room, that bed is not going to be made to your satisfaction. The room might not be cleaned to your satisfaction, but that is not the point. The important thing is that you're teaching them responsibility is a part of life at every stage of life. You're also showing them how to take care of their things and how to take care of their space. The space that's around them, how to take care of that at a really young age. Teaching your kids that responsibilities is just a part of life will help them as they get older to not feel so burdened or overwhelmed with the responsibilities that they're going to face. The older we get, the more important the responsibilities are, the heavier the weight of those responsibilities, and you're preparing them to understand that that is just a part of life. So in order to help your child to be organized or your kids to be organized, this is really the parent's job. As a parent, you have to take time to sit down and think about what it is that you want your child to do or what you want your children to do. Now, this is something that you're going to have to plan on doing. You have to do this on purpose. You have to take time to sit down, think about each child, think about what chores you want each child to do. And, time is not just available to us. We have a lot of immediate needs that take our attention. You have dishes in the sink that need to be washed. Oh, it's lunchtime and your child is hungry. Oh, now it's dinner time and the family needs to eat. You're always pulled to the immediate responsibilities of your day. So you have to make the decision that I am gonna create a chore list. I'm gonna create a daily routine schedule for my child. And something that might help you is think to yourself throughout your day, okay, today I am gonna set a timer for 1 hour and I'm gonna dedicate this hour to creating a routine for my child and creating a chore chart, a weekly chore chart. Then sit down, write it down, and you'll have what you need for them to follow, and it will be easier for them to follow that and to maintain it on a daily basis. Once you have everything written down, make a chart. Do it super simple. Get a weekly sheet or just a piece of paper and write on there the daily requirements. So the daily routine, morning and evening, what do they need to do? And then write the weekly routine. What chores do they have on what days? And then put it somewhere they can see it every single morning and every single evening. This is important because if you just write it out and put it in a drawer, there is no way that they're gonna open that drawer every day to look at it, nor probably would you. But if you hang it on their wall right by their door, then they will see it every time they walk out of their room, and it's just a reminder of what they need to get done. And make sure to keep it super simple and super clear. You don't want your kids to be confused about what they're supposed to be doing. So another thing that helps me to help my son to be organized is there are rules and consequences regarding this chore chart. So my son is 14 years old right now. He's really into video games. And so whatever your child is into, whatever they find really, really important, something they value, right? My son values video games, and he also values going out and spending time with his friends. The rule is you have to get your homework done and you have to have your chores done before you could play your games or before you could go out and spend time with your friends. And the consequences, if you don't have your homework done, if you don't have your chores done, then you cannot play games or you cannot go out and hang out with your friends. The rules and the consequences are very simple, and the list is very short. You have to have your homework and chores done in order to do this. If you don't do this, then you can't do that. My son loves video games so much, and he really values spending time with his friends so much that the cost of not being able to do that is worth it for him to go ahead and just get it done. Now, something else that we do that really helps is every night, my son and I will look at his chore chart together. So we look at the daily and nightly routines. Did you do this, 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 this? And then we look at the chore for that day, if there is one. Did you do this? By looking at it together every single night, it helps to hold them accountable, and it also helps them to develop the habit of doing their chores and their daily routines every single day. By you having your child go and look at it by themselves, it's not the same feeling as when you, the parent, goes with them, looks at it, checks it out, and you could say, oh, you didn't do this, make sure you get that done. But it just really does help to hold them accountable, and they need that so desperately when they're young. So the daily and nightly routines teaches them to be responsible for something every day, and the weekly chore chart teaches them to be responsible for different things throughout the week. Now, I'll be completely transparent. I have a 14-year-old teenage boy. Does my son follow this to a T every single day? No, not at all. If I'm not on top of him every single day, making sure that he's getting all of this done, it's not gonna get done every single day. And let's face it, I'm not even always on top of him every single day, but he does go through waves of a couple months. He'll get everything done on his daily and nightly routine list and all of his chores throughout the week. He'll be on like this wave of 2 months where he's consistent and does it really well. And then he'll have a couple months where I'm on top of him every single day and reminding him all the time. But the fact that he has the waves of being on top of everything for a certain period of time is where he's learning responsibility. But aren't we as adults just like that? We're on top of all of our responsibilities and we're boss moms for a few months. Then we fall off the bandwagon and we're slipping for a bit, and we have to get back into the flow of responsibilities. And here's the key. Here is where having a routine written down and a chore chart written down helps you. Anytime you fall off of the bandwagon, all you have to do is get back on with the routine and schedule and chore chart. And because you already thought through it, because you already have it written down, it is so much easier to get back into the rhythm of your life than if you hadn't taken the time to think through a routine and a chore chart for your kid. This is not about perfection. This is about teaching our kids to have good habits and how to be organized and responsible human beings. We do them a great service by putting in the time when they're young to train them and raise them to be responsible adults. It's much easier to learn and develop good habits when you're young than to coming to the realization as an adult that you need to relearn and retrain yourself to be responsible because you didn't get any of that training as a child while you were growing up. So it's worth it to take the time and create routines and chore charts for your child or for your children to help them to be organized. So daily and nightly routines and weekly chore charts. This is what I do to help my child be organized and responsible each and every day. It's not perfect in any way, shape, or form. We have many times when we are battling and fighting over making sure that these things get done. My house is no different than yours. But I will say that since I have something in place for him, it's much easier to get right back into the flow of responsibility. I hope this video was helpful. If you are trying to get your kids organized, I hope that this gave you either an idea or you could even follow this system that I've created for my son. But it is really important to take the time to teach our children to be organized. It will help them so much when they're older, and it helps us now so that we have more free time to do whatever it is that we need to get done. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribe if you don't want to miss any other videos. I'm Satomi, and I share with you how I take care of my home, my family, and myself. If that is something that interests you, then I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all doing well, and I will see you in my next video.